I want to switch gears for a minute because I know there's so much more we can talk about music. However, I want to talk about your journey and where we're at because why am I wearing a hoodie?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the hoodie. Bring it back.
Do I skip Guy House? And
No,
go for the
no,
hoodie?
I want the beginning of it
Okay.
all because I'm going to talk about Mission Resolve and some stuff too. So.
Okay. So, all of that, led to a lot of very young people getting really famous really fast, making a lot of money, and then realizing that all their friends were fake and that people just wanted them for their ability to make stuff blow up or whatever it is. And they got depressed. And so there was a huge, LA is already a breeding ground for depression and drug use and stuff, right? So just add that to like all
$10 million.
the mix. Yeah. And there was just a lot of just really sad people trying to pretend they were super happy. Because again, when you achieve a certain level of notoriety, depending on what you got famous for, you kind of have to, you don't have to, but you feel like this pressure to maintain this image of success and happiness and whatever it is. Or sometimes it's not. Maybe you get famous for being the pissed off person all the time, and then all of a sudden you're like really happy, but you have to maintain that now because you're paying your bills.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever it is, like that unfortunately becomes like a thing. And anyway, some, friends unfortunately ended their lives and stuff, and it just got really heavy. And I just didn't I didn't want to be a part of it anymore, really. It just felt so meaningless. It was like, what are we doing? Like, we're just billboards. We just became billboards for other people's companies and products and stuff. And then a lot of this, fast fashion we were all just exploited by all these big fast fashion companies who then were destroying the planet, which we didn't realize at the time, but then learned that. And it just felt so empty. And I remember, growing up, I was always doing a lot of like volunteer work and like kind of service stuff, helping people out. And that's always what made me feel the most like alive and like I was contributing to something with purpose. And so I kind of wanted to bring that to that world. So I got back into like volunteering for some different nonprofits and organizations, and it just felt so great. And I was like, oh my God, I got to bring my friends to this. So I started bringing my friends who happened to be influencers to volunteer spaces. And then, I was like, oh, wow, wait a minute. Like this nonprofit is doing amazing work and they have no money and nobody knows about them. But guess what? This influencer has millions of followers and they can bring exposure to this amazing, beautiful organization. Like let's, so, and then it's just kind of organically. So I reformed my agency into a new model to promote and help nonprofits, existing nonprofits that are doing amazing, beautiful, hard work. Everything from like animal rescue. If you know anybody who rescues animals, they're all like constantly up all night. Pretty much any nonprofit.
Yeah, no, but it's true. Animal people are very special breed.
Yeah.
I am one. I've been an animal lover, rescuer, helped, blah, blah, blah. And currently even doing that. Actually, sidebar, it was funny because Joe and I were, Joe, who will be mentioned later, on Mission Resolve, he's like, no, I want to showcase all the dogs we're rescuing in Alaska with the plane. And I'm embarrassed to say how much money it costs because you're flying a jet, but he's like, no, these animals need to be saved. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm a huge animal lover, and certain people just, we love our animals.
Yeah.
And so when you see people doing good things, they want to donate or share or help. Anyway, With that said, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and I was invited to be a part of a social impact entrepreneur kind of trip around Asia and different parts of the world, where I encountered a lot of incredible people and organizations that are just like saving the planet in their own communities, but they don't have any money, they don't have any access to like the world that we do, or like any real understanding of how to market themselves or use social media, and they're already swamped beyond belief, just like helping people survive, literally. And I saw that as like, whoa, I have a huge responsibility now. I've helped all these other people monetize their careers and like companies sell all this stuff. Like these are the people that really deserve it. So put together a plan to do these trips where I would take influencers to those countries to meet those people and see their organizations, volunteer with them on the ground, actually get their hands dirty, like doing the real work, and then use their platforms to highlight it, educate their viewers on like what's really important in life, and then raise some money for them. So I called it Guia House.
No way.
And we did a trip, and Vic was our visual everything, and his lovely kids, and Jalen as well, who's not here, but shout out. And we did a whole like thing with what was like 18 terabytes worth of footage, and then people
got to show that at Sundance.
Yeah,
Those who are watching.
yeah, then we were given a Next Gen Impact Award at the World Logic Day, which is a United Nations and UNESCO event in Austin, Texas, which was really amazing. And I got to be like a keynote speaker, and then also again at Sundance Film Festival, and some other, I don't even remember, it was cool. And people really resonated with it. Like the creators who came on the trip. Ah, yes.
Look at that. There it is.
There it is.
See that?
That was the Dominican Republic, our first trip.
Yeah. First trip. Yeah, we went to the DR.
Um,
That was an amazing trip. It really was. It was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, and you know, it's like people don't. Pretty much everybody's comment was like, "Oh, wow, we haven't experienced this before, like an opportunity to use our platforms in this way before ever," and it was so just refreshing. That was kind of like the consensus that everybody felt, and I was like, "Awesome!" And the nonprofits were like, "Whoa, this is awesome! Like, thank you so much," you know.
So Gaia House, there's the God, it was funny. It happened right here. Hey, what are you doing? What do you mean? What are we doing? This is a little less than a year ago.
Yeah,
December last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we just November. So 11 months ago.
Yeah, and then so my whole kind of drive and energy got directed towards impact, like social impact based projects, and it was just like this feels right. This feels like I'm actually doing something that means something, and it's helping people. So, yeah, you know, has its own challenges, of course, because it's nonprofit work. It's not all about making money, and it's trying to get a bunch of people in the entertainment industry to commit their time and energy and stuff to. And I'm very grateful that they did, but there was a lot of people who had previously committed to doing it who then didn't end up following through. One person even asked me, "What's in it for me?" When I called, and this was someone I knew for a really long time.
And you did a lot for these people.
Yeah. And I was just like...
And that was me. No, I'm just kidding.
And I was just like, we're going to volunteer with orphanages and schools and animal rescues and stuff in a beautiful foreign country. And I mean, what's in it for you? Honestly, well, you're going to get a bunch of free content with a bunch of other creators who have more numbers than you. So you're probably going to grow. Your audience will probably think you're a better person than you are now because you're doing something for the planet and the environment. But let's leave all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like people just sometimes don't get it.
So
Whatever.
Transactional.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And
however, at this one, I saw one of the, some of the influencers. Everybody behind Max's back was saying, "Wow, this is." They felt it. It was impactful. And you sent a girl to college. Like you made an impact. You did some stuff.
Yeah.
And then you went to Sundance.
Yeah.
And you played a video, and Luke shot it, and we'll put a link to the video below.
Absolutely.
Link that. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so then fast forward a little bit. I was back in Hawaii. I was kind of bouncing around all over the world. I got addicted to traveling. I just love learning about new cultures and stuff. So, but then I was like, okay, I kind of want to go see my mom and my friends and stuff. So I went back to Hawaii. I was living there for a couple months, and then we started planning the next Gaia House trip, which was going to be in Hawaii. We're going to do a whole thing about like ocean conservation, beach cleanup, plastic, ending single-use plastic, coming up with new alternatives for that. sustainable fashion to combat like the fast fashion industry messing up the ocean. Like,
Man, all right. And that is it. All right, guys. We love you all. Thank you so much.
oh.